So we've been talking about you as a business owner or a marketing director, a VP of marketing, or maybe an owner-operator of a business who's trying to grow and scale your business, but you're not exactly sure how to do it. Well, one of the best ways to do that is to go out and get more customers. The second way is to get them to buy more when they actually purchase from you. And the third way is to get them to buy more frequently. Now, at the top of all of this is the acquisition of customers. How do you actually do this? In previous videos, we've talked about the importance of understanding the desire of your market, but more specifically, the desire of your prospect and how your product or service can help them to achieve that desire. The biggest thing that stands in the way of anyone achieving a desire is usually some kind of problem, some kind of conflict, something that is standing in their way of achieving that ultimate desire. And you as a marketer need to figure out what that problem is and then talk about it in your ad copy, in your messaging, in your videos, in your images, in order for you to be able to identify with your ideal prospect, because you have a sense of, yeah, this is somebody who actually knows me, understands me, gets me. And you as a marketer, that's your job, is to enter the conversation that's going on already in their head. And we used some examples in the last video of specific desires. So let's get into specific desires here, and maybe the problems or the enemy that's standing in their way of achieving that desire. So in a previous video, we talked about the 16 desires of all of us as humans, a great book by Stephen Rice called Who Am I? The 16 desires of us as human beings. And he lays out 16 specific desires that we as humans all desire at one point in time in our lives. So let's go into these specific desires and what the problem is and how you can actually position your product or service in order to help your customers or your prospects achieve that desire. So one of the examples is order. Order is something that's craved by all humans. And let's say you sell a time management software. Well, it's your job as a copywriter and as a marketer is to talk about the problems that stand in the way for them achieving that desire of order. And a great problem, or a villain, as Donald Miller names it, is distractions. Distractions are the enemy. Like how your life is busy, how your kids are, tugging for your attention, how the phone keeps ringing, how, your boss wants X, Y, and Z, all these individual distractions, how you have to go grocery shopping before the kids come home from school at night. Whatever it happens to be, all these things are distractions during your day that take you away from being productive. So as a marketer, what you really need to do is identify what that problem is, or what that enemy is, or that villain is, and talk about it more in your marketing copy, talking about it in your ads. And when we start talking more about problems to our prospects, we actually become more interesting to those prospects because they start saying, yeah, that's me, they get me, and what do they have to offer? So that's a good example here in the order desire. Let's talk about the romance desire. Well, the enemy of romance, or the problem that stands in the way of romance, is being lonely. So when I was affiliate for a number of different dating products, and we've had quite a few customers in the dating niche here at Tier 11 over the course of the last 10 years, we talk about the antithesis of romance, which is being lonely on a Friday night, not having a date. Not having anyone to go with to, the movies, or to your senior prom, or whatever it happens to be. We talk about those problems, and all of a sudden we start to become far more interesting to our prospect. Now, hidden in these problems, of course, is the solution, which is your product or service, which we'll talk about in future videos here. But the most important thing is understanding what the desire of the market is, what the enemy of that particular desire is, and then talking about it in your messaging, in your marketing copy, to ultimately get them to consider you versus anyone else who's in the market or your competition. Another good example is Tranquility. This is one we used before in previous videos, where the enemy in this particular case of Tranquility is, you guessed it, is stress. Might be distractions to a certain degree, like our order desire. But tranquility, the opposite, is stress. It's things that are taking me away from enhancing or being in that tranquil state. And the customer that we have here at Tier 11, they do this through meditation apps, through courses, through being able to help people achieve that state of tranquility. But in our marketing copy, we talk tremendously about the enemy of tranquility, which is stress and overwhelm and a feeling of just, I can't handle all of this right now, or I have too many things going on in my life and I'll never actually achieve a tranquil state. So most important thing is to identify what that desire is of your prospect, and then talk about it in your marketing copy. Talk about it in your videos. Create videos around those problems with your product as being the logical next step to solve the problem that stands in the way of their desire. If this video was helpful for you, like, share, comment below, and also bookmark this video for future use, and make sure you subscribe here for more videos on how to scale and grow your business through online marketing.